This is the MaxPreps Rivalry Series, presented by the Army National Guard.
Welcome to the MaxPreps Rivalry Series. I'm Alycia Powers. We're here in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania at Central Dauphin High School, where I sat down with head coach McNamee and assistant coach Chapman. Listen in to what they have to say about the big game against Cumberland Valley tomorrow night.
Well, I arrived here in 2002. I was new to the area, and it was very clear immediately that the Cumberland Valley game was a huge game. And big reasons because Cumberland Valley had been so successful for so long that they were, the top program in the area, and that, by virtue of that, made it a really big game. And year in and year out, it has proven to be just that. It seems like whether we play them early in the year, middle of the year, end of the year, or playoffs, it's a meaningful, significant game that gets both sides very excited about it. Since I've been here, it's in 2002, I'm not sure exactly what the record is, but it's darn near even. And a lot of really, really close games, really hard-fought battles. You're not going to find many blowouts in this series since I've been here. So I remember one even went into overtime. And I think that alone speaks a lot to the nature of this rivalry. Both schools care a lot about this game and bring their very best to the table when they play each other.
Well, the Mid-Penn Conference started in 1982. And Central Dauphin and Cumberland Valley began playing that year and have played every regular season since then for a total of 25 contests during the regular season. Well, the first 14 seasons from 1982 to 1995, those 14 years, Cumberland Valley beat Central Dauphin all 14 times. So had a 14-0 lead in the series. It's not that Central Dauphin was a really down program or anything. They had good, solid football teams throughout the majority of those seasons. Cumberland Valley, after winning the first 14 in 1996, Central Dauphin had their first win against Cumberland Valley. And coincidentally, Central Dauphin changed from a white helmet with a green ram that year to a green helmet with a white ram, which they still have to this day. The ram horns now are green with white. So in 96, Central Dauphin won their first time against Cumberland Valley over at Cumberland Valley. And from that year on to the present, Central Dauphin has held a 10-7 lead in the regular season, for a total of 21 wins for Cumberland Valley and 10 wins for Central Dauphin.
I mean, it's tough like this practice this week. We just went our hardest. I think this was the best week of practice we had yet. We know whoever wins this is #1 in the Commonwealth.
Friday we're going to play our brand of football. We're going to show how tough the Rams are this year. This is a big game for us. Once again, it was a tough week. Practice was crazy hard this week. Offense and defense, there was no break at all. CV, another tough team. The Mid-Penn schedule is always tough.
Well, I'll tell you, this is fantastic. Since the time we walked into the door, you can feel the buzz in the school. Everybody's fired up about this rivalry, from the coaches to the players to students who aren't even on the team. They're really excited about this, so we're hoping for a good turnout tomorrow. I think it's going to be a close one. Both teams have been practicing really hard for this. They've been losing sleep over this game. This is all they can think about. So we're expecting a really good turnout and a fantastic game tomorrow.
Well, I was fortunate enough to be a senior the first year of the Mid-Penn Conference, and I played for my dad at Cumberland Valley. So I was able to play in the first Cumberland Valley Central Dauphin game back in 1982. I played at Cumberland Valley. So that was a great experience, and playing high school football has been the greatest experience of my 48 years of living, and coaching it has been my second greatest experience. So I've really enjoyed it.
Friday's game, more of what we've seen in the last many years. I think it's going to be a very hard-fought battle. You're going to see both communities show up in large numbers, a lot of excitement and energy. It's a great atmosphere there in their stadium, and I think it's going to play its way. That's going to play out on the field with the players who ultimately have to decide this football game.